Hey folks, I am Jon Najarian and welcome back to 3 at 3. Every business day I try to bring you what's going on in the markets as far as our unusual activity scans. Today is no different, so well, I guess it's a little different because we've got a new template. Love it. This is the new template for 3 at 3, so let's get started, shall we? Who's that handsome devil? As Josh Brown used to say, handsome alert. Anyway, folks, all kidding aside, it's great to be back here with you. I will be on the halftime report Thursday and Friday. That's tomorrow and Friday, and I encourage you to tune in for that. All right, the disclaimer. See, even the colors have changed. Don't you love it? Says this is for education and informational purposes only. Full stop. And we also have some intellectual property rights that we need to appraise you of, that this is our intellectual property. All right. Yesterday I talked about Hanes Brands, HBI. Yeah, Michael Jordan. This is his t-shirt, right? Well, we talked about those AUG 13 calls. And as I speak about those right now, I'm going to see where those fills are because I doubled our money. Bang! We doubled our money. HBI, Hanes brand. Yesterday it was the AUG 13 calls. They were trading for 60 cents on up to, 70 cents on up to $1. And these were the regular August expiration. That's all they have. They don't have any other weeklies or anything else. And those AUG 13s were purchased aggressively yesterday for, like I say, 70 cents up to $1. I believe I was in for 80 and 85 cents. Well, those moved up nicely and have traded almost 2,000 contracts again today. And those calls are up to $2 right now. Last is $2. So no matter how you look at it, even if you paid the offer yesterday, after we did the update, could always be a subscriber. But anyway, if you did it after we did our 3 at 3, well, you could have been getting out at 2. How do I know that? Because look at that nice pop as it moved up from that 12 and change that we cited here, $12.06 to $14.36. It's only a 15% pop, only. Analysts singing the praises of this stock, which is pretty cool, and kind of makes you wonder, did those same analysts leak that out yesterday? Maybe. There's the activity in those calls. Just a snapshot from just a little bit ago as those calls surged to $2. And as you see, plenty of volume here. They're trading on all the exchanges. In fact, have traded over $2. The high print of the day is $2.03. And presently they are $2 bid. Bang! If you want to learn more about what we do, you can go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. You can learn about stock, options, futures, cryptocurrencies, all of it at marketrebellion.com/get started. With that said, let's get started with the first of our 3 at 3 right now. R or Rider is this one. Rider, symbol R, which probably doesn't surprise you that that's their symbol. But Rider was trading for $41.88. 2,500 of these calls changed hands for almost $3, $2.84. So as those calls, the AUG 4250s traded for $2.84. Again, these are regular August. There aren't any others. There's no weeklies in this one. They didn't want this week's expiration, July expiration calls. They wanted more time. So that should tell us a little bit something about, how this thing plays out. They were buying those 4250 calls, which are now up to $2.65 bid, offered at $2.95. So they're still right in line with where they were here, folks. Now, some of you may elect to buy the 40s and sell the 4250s. Some of you may elect to sell puts. There are a whole bunch of ways you could set yourself up to profit nicely in here. But if you just straight out purchase these, you're talking about, roughly, a $700,000 trade pretty quick. Bang, 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 because every option's for 100 shares of stocks at $2.84 means $284. So this is not a cheap trade. They made a lot of these really fast, and then they sold the Augie 50s against it. And they have also, those are still 60-cent bid offered at 80. They sold those for 55 cents against this, which means that net out of pocket for a $7.50 spread, because of course, difference between 42.50 and 50 is $7.50. And they paid approximately $2.30 for that, or $230 instead of paying $284. The trade-off, well, if it goes through 50, you don't participate anymore. If you just bought these calls naked, yes, you still participate. But on the other hand, the odds of this thing making a surge through 50, although possible, I'd rather be on the side of putting less money at risk. In fact, what I did, folks, was I was selling the 45s against this. Now, I haven't finished my position yet, but those you're collecting roughly $2 for the 45s. So if you pay $2.84 and sell the 45s at $2, you're paying 84 cents for something that can go to $2.50. So basically you could have a triple from the entry, and I like that, and I'm not asking it for as much of a surge to the upside. There is the stock moving higher as the day progresses, which is nice. It's up 5%. Bang. Let's get to our second of our three at 3 right now. That is AAL. That's American Airlines, AAL. So I'm calling in and checking my fill. AAL, we saw it when the stock was $12.75. Somebody bought 1.5 million share equivalent, end of July expiration. So these are 2 weeks and 2 days from right now. How do I know that? Because this Friday is the 17th. Next Friday is the 24th. The following Friday is, you got it, the 31st. So the 31st of July expiration 1250 calls are that much in the money. They were 25 cents in the money, obviously, the right to buy it at 1250 when the stock's trading 1275. So now the stock is $13.12. So $13.12 on the stock right now. Like the trade, again, this trade, end of July, 1250 calls. So the end of July, 1250 calls, pulling those up, end of July, 1250s. They are presently $1.71 bid, offered at $1.73. So as you see, in at $1.50 and $1.55 on my end, means that I'm up 20 cents. Is that enough for me to take a profit? Sure, but I'm not. I'm looking for a double out of this one before I take my profits. And on the other hand, since I'm in at $1.50, roughly at 75 or 80 cents, I'd cut my loss. But I have 2 weeks and 2 days before I'd have to do that, hopefully, because time decay, although fierce, hopefully doesn't assault me as bad as it could. Let's get to our third of the 3 at 3. That third is DraftKings, DKNG. Now, we've had a few feasts in DraftKings. DKNG, the people that are trading this one are pretty good, so I love following them. Now, note the 24 before July in this case. That we're tracking is not this week, which is the 17th, regular July expiration, the third Friday in July. Instead, we're looking at next week, so a week and 2 days from right now. Those July 35s are approximately $2.50 out of the money, above where the stock is trading right now. So this gives us a bunch of options, if you will, a bunch of different ways that we could play this. We could do a calendar spread, which is sell this week's options and buy those. So for instance, if you did that calendar spread, these July 35s that expire next week, the 24th of July, are right now trading for $1.05. As you see there, they were 109 to 130. So if you bought them for, let's say, $1.05, and sold this week's expiring 35 calls, you would collect for those 35 calls this week 30 cents. So in other words, you'd take down the cost, the overall cost of that position by doing that. And if we just make a slow climb for the next 2 days, or if these just go out completely worthless, we don't climb at all, the 30 cents out of there, it just vanishes. And meanwhile, the other option that you paid $1.05 for or $1.10 for is offset by the 30 cents you took in. So now it's 80 cents. I like our odds. So that's one way to do a calendar spread. Another would be, of course, to instead of buying the 35 calls next week, you could jump in here and say, you know what? I want to buy those calls, John. Let's see, it has 33s. So you could buy the 33s for $1.70. And then you could sell the 35s, for instance. This is the heaviest volume. You could buy those 35, you bought the 33s. You could sell the 35s for, right now, they're a $1.10 bid, offered at $1.25. Let's say you sold them for $1.15. So you're in it $1.75. You sell them for $1.15. That means you paid 60 cents for that spread that could go to $2. So 60 cents or $60 to go to $200. I like it a lot. So for my money, that is what I did. Bought the 33s, and you can see heavy volume at that strike too, and sold those 35s, which have now traded 9,600 contracts, by the way. So there's DraftKings. There it is, 32.35, as you saw right here when we got in 32.43. So the stock is roughly in the same place it was. As usual, folks, all of this is for informational and educational purposes only. If you would like to learn more about what we do, go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. You can see how we turn information like this into multiple trades a day, usually as many as 15 or 20 trades every single day that have been vetted by us, not just everything that comes by like some of these guys, because they don't have the heat seeker. They don't have our technology. So since we're the only ones with that technology, we have never sold it. We only cite it and post it here, but we don't sell this to a hedge fund that then is racing ahead of you and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, you can get 15 to 20 trades a day. That's UOA. You could get one trade per week, rather one trade per day if that's what you want, or one trade per week if that's what you want. You know, you got to pick what's appropriate for you. Thank you for joining me today, folks. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to being back here with you soon on Market Rebellion Television. Bang!